So this is a video that I never thought I would be making, and it's still something I'm pretty scared about posting. I'm not sure what the title of this video is going to be yet, but I'm sure you guys can tell that today I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber on this platform by the name of velvetmochi. So for those of you who aren't familiar with velvetmochi, like I said, they're another K-pop channel here on YouTube. The account is run by two people, and they post content that's kind of similar to mine. And this video is going to be about my unfortunate experience with them. I want to give a huge disclaimer and make it clear that I'm not doing this for clout, and I'm not doing this to start drama. Like I said, I'm actually very scared to post this because of how it'll affect me. But I feel like because of my experience with one of the people running this channel, I have to talk about it, and it feels selfish at this point to keep it to myself, especially considering that a lot of people who are subscribed to me are also subscribed to them. So, yeah. But this video isn't meant to bash or bully anyone, so if any of you guys thought that this video was going to be the type of video where I rip velvetmochi apart, then this is not the video for you. The purpose of this video is to inform, not persuade, and for that reason I will not be going into detail about my opinions or personal feelings toward velvetmochi, because I feel like it's irrelevant and unhelpful in explaining what happened. So I'll mainly be talking about one of the owners, Chloe, as she's the only one I've ever had problems with. So my problems with velvetmochi started a couple months ago, right after I had posted my video about ranking vocalists in K-pop. I got several tells and DMs from people telling me that they had shaded me on their channel over what I had said about Rosé from Blackpink in that video. And if you haven't watched that video, I said something along the lines of that I didn't think she was a very good singer, but I thought that she had potential. They made a post on their community page on YouTube, which I will insert here, basically shading me over what I said about Rosé in my video. And I assumed that it wasn't about me at first, or I hoped it wasn't about me, but she took a direct quote from my video, and a lot of people were telling me that they had also assumed it was about me, but I just ignored it. I assumed that it would be the end of it, but unfortunately it was not. She continued to shade me over things I had said on Instagram and Telegram. I'll insert those screenshots here. And because it didn't look like it was going to stop anytime soon, I decided to @at her. At first, I decided to @at her on a public Instagram post that I made, which I will admit was not the smartest idea, and I do regret how I handled that, and I didn't think it through. But I did eventually DM her privately, as she refused to respond to me publicly. I'll insert screenshots again, but she essentially said that none of the posts were about me and that they were about somebody else. I didn't believe her, as she was extremely unsubtle, and she went as far to take a direct quote from my video when she shaded me. But honestly, I didn't really care about her confessing. I just cared that she wasn't shading me anymore in a very obvious manner. And I honestly just wanted it to stop. She denied everything, but she agreed to stop if I deleted my post about her, and I did, and I assumed that that would be the end of it. This, unfortunately, was not the end of it either, and not only did it get worse from here, but more people got involved. A couple of weeks after this happened, I got another tell saying that another K-pop YouTuber was shading me, and someone told me that it was Flo Minho, who is also friends with velvetmochi. I won't go into detail about what she said about me, but she essentially accused me of hating white people, and I'll insert the screenshots here. At this point, I was so fed up with being shaded that I decided to shade her back because I knew she would watch my story. Velvet Mochi also saw this and decided to insert herself into the situation, despite not being involved. I DM'd her and I asked her why she was shading me, as we both agreed not to talk about each other, and she said, and I quote, "Because." I'll insert screenshots of our conversation, but to summarize, I told her multiple times to stop talking about me, and she continued to argue with me and call me names. She even went as far to justify her behavior by saying that she was quote-unquote helping me. Eventually, Flo Minho DM'd me as well, and we got into an argument over what she said about me and the fact that she shaded me. At this point, I was tired of arguing with them over their opinions about me, and I just wanted them to stop. I warned her and Velvet Mochi multiple times that she and Velvet Mochi needed to stop talking about me, or I would make what they said about me public. Honestly, this argument went on a lot longer than it should have, but it eventually ended, and I haven't had contact with either of them since. This happened a little over a month ago, and during that time, I debated heavily on whether or not I should talk about it publicly. But the nail in the coffin for me was when a YouTuber by the name of OK Cheyoung DM'd me on Instagram, and she asked me for advice on how to deal with a person harassing her, because she knew that I had dealt with her before. I asked them who it was, and it turned out to be Velvet Mochi. She told me that she and her friends were being targeted by Velvet Mochi and her friends because they made a friend group similar to theirs. And two of the people I talked to asked if I would let them talk about what happened to them, so I will insert those video clips here.
I'm sorry if there's noise in the background, and I can't really talk that loud, but anyways, I'll be talking about my experience with Velvet Mochi, mainly Abby, because that was the main one I was friends with. But I'll also talk about Chloe just a little bit. So my experience with both of them is not the worst, but also not the best. I would, talk to Abby and Chloe and ask them for help with my channel, like, can you go and promote this video? I worked really hard on it and stuff. And they would, on their community tab, post it, and I would get maybe 30 views extra. And then, it was 5 minutes later, they would immediately post another one. And if you don't know how the community tab works, when you post twice within the same day, the original post that you made that day, it doesn't really get out there to your subscribers as much as the newer post. So it caused me to not get many views. And I know that that's not a big issue, but for you to be my friend, and for me to ask you if you could help me grow my channel, you should be more respectful of that, especially since you know that I do work hard on my videos, because I can't upload daily like you can. I own a channel by myself, not with two people on it. And they were small YouTubers at the start too. And then immediately after they rose to their power, I guess you could say, they weren't as kind. They weren't as helpful to the smaller channels. But they used to be helpful. They used to do a lot of nice things for us, and now they don't. And oftentimes when I would, talk with Abby or Chloe, I don't know who, because I was mainly messaging on their shared account, I would be talked down to. And I believe this is for my sub count. I mean, if you have 30,000 subscribers, why would you want to talk to someone with less than 5,000? You wouldn't, because they're not going to give you any sort of gain. If you're in it for the gain and you're in it for the money, you're not going to go and talk to the smaller people. You're not going to give effort into your conversations or building a bond. And that's just how society works. That's how it has taught people. And I'm sorry, I'm talking out of my ass. No, but I'm being serious. They would treat me differently than they would, let's say, Flo Minnow. Because Flo Minnow was their friend. Flo Minnow was a part of Sperm. Whatever. But, I'm too small to be a part of Sperm. I'm not special enough to be a part of Sperm. I feel like the reason they made Sperm is so they can have a group of people to back them up when they mess up. Because if you think about it, when has there been drama before Velvet Mochi started YouTube? When was there drama? First, it started with Soaring. Oops, I'm sorry. First, it started when Red Velvet Sus was going to copyright them because they didn't give her proper credit. And then the next time that drama started, it was when Sperm was created, and people wanted their own versions of Sperm, which is completely okay. It is a friend group like no other, and they would get offended and they would start wars and they would try and take down these channels. And then another thing happened when they were working on a collab, and the collab fell through because they wouldn't send their half of the collab to their partner. And then you know what they uploaded a few weeks later? The other half of the collab. So when has there not been drama? When velvetmochi wasn't on YouTube? When was there drama? As soon as they joined. I'm not trying to blame them as bad people, because I believe that they're not. I believe that they have a good heart. And I don't mean to do this or send in this voice memo with, malicious intent. But you cannot lie that they definitely caused a lot of issues within our community. And I think that they're just too immature for this. I think, if they were a bit older, they would be more mature about it. They would be able to handle it. But they're not older, and they're not more mature about it. So therefore, they can't handle it.
Hi, my YouTube channel name is Girls Love Solely, which was formerly known as Dyksters on Me. I had known velvetmochi for a few weeks before things started going south. Before I start, I want to say that I don't have a problem with the girls. I'm proud of how far they've come in such a short amount of time, and I don't really want them to lose anything that they've worked for. I don't know how anyone else feels, but that's just because my experience is different from others. I don't really know the full extent of what they've experienced, but yeah, at the end of the day, I just wanted credit and for them to acknowledge that I may have influenced them. At first, it was just little things. I felt like one of them was taking the things I was seeing in my videos and basically regurgitating them in theirs. There was a time when I told my subs what videos I would be uploading in the next few weeks, and that week they uploaded 2 videos that were what I said that I would be uploading. But like I said, this was just a little thing. I don't have a screenshot for it because my comments on my older videos disappeared when I went to go find them. So, but like I said, it was just a little thing. It didn't bother me. It was just a little weird at the time. I cannot upload my video first. Damn. So, around mid to late July, I heard about the Super M thing, and I had the idea of making my own version with just female SM idols. I didn't get to make the video because first I had a lot of videos to make, but there was a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, so I didn't get to do the video right away when I wanted to. From the time that I had the idea to when I uploaded the collab announcement of velvetmochi, my channel had grown so much. I wanted to make it the collab that our subscribers could participate in. So basically me versus my subs. And so when I asked velvetmochi, they agreed, and I uploaded that announcement video. The concept of the video was to create your own super group. Then our viewers or subscribers would pick the winner. I asked them to send the group name, the members and their positions, an album name with the track list, the title track, and cover art, the concept and concept pictures, the logo, group colors, fan name, group and individual teasers. And a lot of this stuff was optional because those were just things that were to make your group stand out. But the next few weeks, I would be in LA for KCON and then in Thailand for vacation. So I told them everything would be due the week I got back. So that all this wouldn't be messy, I put it on. I made this Google Doc thing, and I told them to fill it out, and then when you're done, just let me know, and I'll go in there and then I'll make a video. The day I got back was August 26th, which was a Monday, and I told everyone that they had until Friday, August 30th, to send everything on this. To tell me that they were done with the Google Doc, which meant that they had a total of 3 weeks to complete their group. That Friday, I still didn't have everyone's group. I was missing both from velvetmochi, but from both of the admins, and then from 2 other people. One of them was my subscriber, and I have no clue who the other one was, but I still don't have her stuff either. So here's a screenshot of the missing, of the empty forms. And 2 of them were for velvetmochi. One was from a subscriber that I don't know whose it was, and then the other one that I was missing ended up sending it to me sometime over the weekend. So on Sunday, September 1st, I asked them if they were done with their groups, and here's that conversation. And they told me that they had put it on the Google form. I checked and I compared it with the note that she sent me, and I didn't see a group name Lux on there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it, but can you send me your videos, your teasers, because the group chat is too deep. She told me I'll send it, but she was like, I'll send it later, and I ended up never getting those videos, trailers or whatever. So 2 days go by, which means that it's September 3rd, and it's towards the nighttime, so it's 12 a.m. September 4th, basically, as she uploads this. And it's basically her teasing her next video of creating a girl group from blah blah blah. So what you doing? You can't finish. It was really frustrating because I've been working on this video for almost a month, and you're not even gonna send me all your stuff. You're just gonna tease a video of the same thing. It was just really frustrating for me. So naturally I was like, okay. So I was like, whatever, girl. I just finished my video with my group, and I uploaded it because I needed a video out. So the next video that I had planned for that week was Sloki Solo, which has been very much my brand, girl. And then I was gonna give twice a dark concept, but I never did that. But anyways, point is, I've been talking about it for so long because it's what I want to see. So I started, and I wanted to use this Spotify concept that I use in my videos now, which is basically to show it out. Whenever I'm making a video, I'll usually post my process, and I was doing that with the Spotify concept. I was teasing it on my story, and I was posting about it. And velvetmochi had watched, I don't know which one it was, because it's 2 of them, but one of them was watching my full story. So I had been teasing it for 3 days because it took me a long time to do. And on the 4th or 3rd or 4th day, she uploads this, which is basically using the Spotify concept. Now at this point, I'm over it. I was already frustrated that week because the collab that I had planned fell through on my part because I'm not if we have a collab plan and you're basically gonna do the same video concept without finishing the one that we have. So I feel like she was taking my stuff for a few months, and now you're doing the Spotify concept, which I just teased for this week. And knowing that she had never given me credit before, I was just like, okay. I blocked her at that point, and I posted about it. Now I don't have the original post because I never screenshotted the full thing, and my Dexter Sunny account is deleted. I tried to get it back, girl, I did, but I don't have it. But basically, it was basically a mini rant of a whole bunch of stuff that was like going on that day. Well, that week actually, I was talking about how frustrated I was and how hard I was working for this video and stuff, and how my channel wasn't growing, and how like my views were slowing down, and I was just like really frustrated throughout that whole week. And then I'll like add that on my collab falling through, and then add that to my Spotify concept being used. Now here's the thing: I never claimed to have invented the Spotify concept, but nobody had used it in the way that I was doing it. So basically, it was the first time that it was used like that for a YouTube video for that concept. That's the whole point, is that you're using that Spotify concept for the exact same thing, and you're not gonna give me credit for it. So when I posted about it, I fell asleep, and the next morning I wake up to a lot of pictures and stories being reported. I get the warning that your account could be deleted soon, and I have a whole bunch of likes, comments, and DMs. It's kind of like a weird timeline and hard to explain because so much was going on at this point. But basically, one, we had velvetmochi who she posted this on her story with my name in it, which would send people, like her supporters or whatever, to my page, and they could do whatever they want. They could report me, they could comment, they could DM me, whatever. Like, the point is that she included my name when I never included her name. Also, when I posted it, I didn't expect it to like do anything, because although I have 400 followers, most of them were Southeast Asian men, okay? Because I use these random hashtags, and they just naturally will follow you, but like those hashtags were mainly for likes, and they also follow me. So I had a whole bunch of followers that were just like Southeast Asian men. But then I had like less than 10 subscribers who were basically my friends, and I also had friends from my spam page. So basically nobody was active on the page, even though I had 400 followers. Then I had this one comment, and that's what it says. She was basically saying how I stole their video ideas and I didn't give credit, and I'm not special, unique, or original, and I'm threatened by their social media presence and things like that. And it has 3 likes, and 2 of them, one of them is from Chain Sue, or Honestly, I don't know what her YouTube channel is, and the second one was from Flo. The third one was one of my followers who like commented, "Oh, you're being dramatic, and I'm gonna unfollow and stuff." So I was like, "Girl, I don't care." Then I checked my DMs. A whole bunch of DMs, but I never screenshotted them because it was like too much, and they were all just really rude to me and calling me a bitch and all that shit. So I just blocked them and reported it, and so I never went back to screenshot it. But I kept the one from Red Velvet, it was Flo, and she was talking about how basically the sperm group thought I was overreacting, and like I mentioned that in the post. I was like, I could be overreacting, but this is just how I felt. I was really in my feelings. I was going through a lot that week. That's just how I felt. So then I posted about it on my page. Here's a screenshot of what I said, but I was basically saying like, you're not like, you put fan cams in a robot voice. That's not hard work. Like, that's not. I used to do the same thing. It wasn't hard work. And I was basically saying like, I don't care what y'all group of bitches think. Like, that's just how I feel. So then she makes a story about me being a problematic YouTuber, when one, she doesn't even have the full story, so she's basically just going off of whatever her friend told her, and two, it wasn't fair to me. My account is deleted the next week, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. So basically, somebody was targeting both me and the Spring group, and they were like mass reporting us, but only I got deleted, and I think Flo and Ho got like a warning thing because somebody told me. Basically, the only time I had ever been reported on that account was the night that all of that happened. So I assumed that it was velvetmochi subscriber. Now, I don't know if they ever reported me or not, but that was the only time that I was reported, which was at night. So I was just assuming like, hey, it's them. So when somebody asked me what happened, that's exactly what I told them. I said I'd never been reported until that night, so I'm just assuming maybe it was velvetmochi and their subscribers. That happened before I found out that somebody was targeting us. So then when I found out that somebody was targeting us, I posted again, and the caption said something like, apparently one of y'all is targeting people, even people in the Sperm group. Now they took that as me saying that somebody in Sperm was targeting me and trying to get me deleted. But here's the thing, I don't think their reading comprehension levels are high, so I could have worded it better, admittedly, but like, you'll see later that their reading comprehension skills not the greatest. Okay, velvetmochi starts teasing this new video where she creates 2 groups and her subscribers choose a better one. Basically, our original collab video. One of the Sperm members had commented about how like the video was so original, and again, I didn't get credit for coming up with the idea, which is basically our original collab video. As time goes on, I make like 3 posts joking about the situation. My jokes were really about the person, the Rose Park Jimin person, who said that none of my videos were original and blah blah blah. Because of this, velvetmochi starts watching my story, and this is for days straight. Like, I don't remember how many days, but it's for days straight. So I DM'd them, and I was like, are we gonna like talk about it? Like, why are you watching my story? And this is all that happened. After that, there's like a long gap. I don't know how long it was, but my friend OK Chae Young wanted to do this collab about K-pop Jeopardy involving our subs. So we uploaded this teaser that was just this, and she told me what to put for the description, for the title, for the thumbnail. She told me everything to do. So then this happens. So for months, like since the summer, I have been teasing this concept where you revive a K-pop group, and I already knew that I wanted to do CLC, but I just never knew how to execute this video. Like, if I'm gonna do, like, when I would do a video series that, you know, I haven't seen anyone else do, I want to make it like really good or whatever. So I was supposed to co-own this channel, which I do, with my friend, and he wanted like all of these teasers to go up for our channel before we like debut it, whatever. He was being weird. So I made the teaser, and then I don't know which one is Kill This Love Out Soul, but they ended up seeing it, and they basically DM'd my friend asking if they could make a video on CLC, which was giving them a full album. And I DM'd her, and I was like, I've been talking about this concept for so long. I've been working on it for the past few days, but you don't have to ask me to upload a video or work on a video. And here's that conversation.
I don't want to speak too much on their behalf, but after talking to OK Chae Young and learning that other people had experienced the same treatment from her, I decided to make this public. Now, I want to clarify once again that I'm not doing this for clout. These videos do not attract the type of attention that I want. Anyone who watches my videos or follows me on any other social media knows that I never post anything like this. And anyone who knows me personally knows that I never get into stuff like this. I avoid it like the plague. And these types of videos are not the direction I want my channel to go in. And this will hopefully be the first and last time that I ever have to make something like this. I know a lot of people are going to ask me why I didn't talk about it sooner. And the honest answer is that I was scared of what would happen to me on my channel if I talked about it publicly. I was put in the position of either protecting myself and my image or talking about it openly and risking backlash. And for a while, I did stay quiet and I only talked about what happened to friends of mine. But after finding out that she had done this again to other people, I realized I was being selfish and that it was taking a pretty big toll on me. It's unfair, not only to myself, but to you guys as subscribers to withhold this kind of information from you. And I'm sorry that I did. And I know I sound kind of dramatic. It's really not that bad, obviously, but I really value honesty with you guys, and I was not being honest when I decided to hide this. As for Chloe, I want to make it clear that I don't hate her or wish anything bad upon her, and I don't think that she's a bad person. The only thing I will say about her personally is that I think she isn't mature enough for YouTube. And that's not meant as a jab or an insult, but just based on my experience with her and hearing about other people's experiences with her, I just feel that YouTube is not a good platform for her based on how she interacts with other people. But as for this video and for you guys, for the millionth time, this again is not a video I made to get clout. And this isn't a quote-unquote exposing video or my way of getting back at Velvet Mochi. This actually really isn't about her, but rather my feelings towards you guys and my feelings towards myself for staying quiet about what I knew. Once again, I felt pretty bad keeping this to myself. I wanted to protect my reputation and my channel. But at the same time, it made me feel weak and like a pushover to protect somebody who was so blatantly disrespectful towards me, especially after hearing that she treated many other people the same way. And it felt unfair to you guys because as people who watch my videos and her videos, it feels unfair for me to make this type of decision for you. So that's really all I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to tell you guys to unsubscribe from Velvet Mochi. I'm aware that a lot of people enjoy her content, and you're not bad or wrong for wanting to continue to subscribe to her. I just wanted to put this out there so that, you guys are informed and so that I get this off of my chest. And if you do decide to unsubscribe from her channel, or if you decide to continue supporting her, that you won't be doing it blindly. Please don't send her hate. I don't want anyone hating on her or bullying her over this video. And I know there will be backlash for making this video, obviously, but I mean, at this point, it's not really about what happens to my channel. It's just about my peace of mind and my relationship with the people that support me. So yeah, that's all for this video. We'll see what happens next. But yeah, I love you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye.